Hello and welcome to another episode of The Average EV. Today I'm going to be taking a road trip, a short one, but a road trip, up to Allentown, Pennsylvania to see a DCI show. If you don't know what that is, it doesn't really matter, but it's basically professional marching band. Anyways, I'm taking the Kona Electric. We're charged up to 80% and we're going to see how we do. Right now, I have a projected range of 249 miles with the climate off. As far as measurements go, I'm going to do everything with the climate turned off, even though I am going to drive with the climate on because it's a little bit toasty out today. Starting temperature I've got is 84 degrees. So we're off. I'm going to go stop at Starbucks, grab me a cold brew, and then get on the road to Allentown. All right, everyone, made it to Starbucks, got me a cold brew, and we are gonna be heading out. I'm gonna be using a better route planner today. It's my first time using it on a road trip, so we'll see how that goes. It's got a projected drive time of 2 hours and 42 minutes to Allentown, and then an additional 31 minutes of charging. I wanna make sure I'm at full charge when I get to my destination, that way I don't have to charge on the way home. So, here we go. All right, everyone, we're about halfway there. We are 68 miles into the trip. The average consumption is 4.8 miles per kilowatt hour. Again, love the Kona Electric. Great efficiency when it comes to consumption.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
In a, sorry about that if you heard that. 1.5 hours so far on the road. Well into Pennsylvania right now. Definitely missing the well-paved Maryland roads. Couple things for range. It's saying I have a 180 miles left of range, and that is with climate off. Again, I have been driving with climate on, but I wanted to let you know what it is with climate off so we know exactly based on battery, and it's a little bit more scientific than my other trips. Again, we're 69 miles into the trip, so if we add that together, it's hard to do math while driving. At 70, so that's 249, which is well above what this car should be getting with the EPA estimate. So again, really pleased with this car. Again, and it's not even a cool day. It's 89 degrees outside. You know, I've been driving for an hour and a half, so very pleased with the Kona, how it's doing. We are going to stop at a charger up in Allentown. There's an Electrify America charger in Allentown, just so I can fill up, then I can go to the event I'm going to, and then be able to come home and not have to worry about charging, you know, 10, 11 o'clock at night. So. All right, everybody, I made it to the Electrify America station. I'm about to plug in, and then I noticed that the station is actually in the parking lot of Chipotle, which is one of my favorites. So I'm gonna go grab some Chipotle, and then time to see some DCI. All right, here we go. All right, everyone, we've recharged 248 miles, 79%, and I'm heading to the venue. I'll catch you all after the show. All right, everybody, I'm back in the car. Awesome show. Carolina Crown was awesome, if you even know what that is. If not, yeah, it doesn't matter. But I am about to leave. So I'm trying to hold this so I can change something. So it says I got 247 miles, 79% charge. We're gonna see what happens. So I'm not planning on charging. I'm planning on going straight home, and I should be able to make it with more than enough charge, and then I'll just plug in when I get home. I will come back in a little bit with a couple updates and some things I want to talk about this trip. See you then. Well, on the way back home, great trip up. Like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure I was averaging 4.7 kilowatt hours per mile. On this return trip, consumption's a little bit lower, but not too bad. Still, it's 4.3 miles per kilowatt hour. A lot more uphill going this way, ironically, even though I'm going south. So that's certainly affecting the range, and I'm probably going against the wind too. I didn't check that, but I'm sure that's playing a little bit of a factor. I wanted to talk about my last charging session. I was in a little bit of a hurry after my charging session, so I wasn't able to record much in the video then. But couple things. So first off, it was really cool to have a bunch of different EVs go there. So there was an Audi e-tron, a Polestar 2, Genesis GV60. What else was there? Chevy Bolt EV. I think. Oh, another Hyundai Kona 2021 Hyundai Kona electric was there as well. I feel like there was one more, but I don't remember. Or maybe I drove past that. No, yeah, I drove past a Kia EV6. Anyways, it was cool to see a whole bunch of different EVs charging at the station. I'm not sure if that Electrify America station was having some issues, or if it was just the temperature and everybody's batteries were hotter than than optimal charging temperature, and thusly the charging wasn't as fast. I'm not sure. I want to believe it's the heat, but you know, Electrify America is hit or miss. The e-tron seemed to be charging pretty close to proper speed. The Genesis was well below what it should have been at. I think it was charging at 150, 160 kilowatts, and it should have at least been in the lower 200s. So I want to say it was the battery. Everyone I had talked to was on a longer trip, so their batteries were probably hot, and the guy I met in the Genesis GV60, he did say that he didn't use preconditioning because he's not a big fan of the Genesis onboard navigation. So had he plugged in that he was going to the Electrify America station, then his battery may have been cooled down, so it would have charged properly. So again, not too sure, but you know, it is what it is. The charging speeds were still more than good enough. Mine were definitely lower, but it was about by 10 or 15 kilowatts. Another thing I want to say is the Electrify America, at least that one I went to, and I'm not sure if it's all Pennsylvania or not, but it was per minute. And I've talked about that in other videos, how awesome per minute is if your vehicle charges fast. I feel like my vehicle is kind of on the, you know, the like teeter-tot the fence. That's what I was looking for when it comes to being able to benefit from the per minute or not. But the guy who was next to me in the Bolt EV, he was charging, you know, really slow. I'm pretty sure the Bolt EV charges up to max speed like 50 kilowatts. Anyways, he was hovering around like low 30, maybe even low 20s at like 75%, all the way up until he charged up to 82%. When he got up to 82%, he was at like 11 kilowatts. And at that point in time, he was just wasting money because it was taking forever to get kilowatts in and or kilowatt hours in, and he was just sitting there for a long time. So just a reminder, if you're charging in a vehicle that doesn't charge above, let's say 80 let's say 100 kilowatts, and you start to throttle down real low like that in the 20s or 10s, move on. Now this I will say about the Bolt, and he should have the same range as my car, so he shouldn't have any issues, but maybe he was going on a longer stretch and there are not as many good high quality fast chargers in Pennsylvania that I'm kind of noticing. So maybe he was just wanting to get as much juice as he could at the fast charger. I don't know. But just a reminder, if it gets too slow, and especially if you have a slower charging car and it hits that you know, really slow speed and it's per minute for the fee, unplug, move on with your life, go find a faster charger. Anyways, it's been a great trip. I'm on the way back. I should probably be back, I don't know, maybe in like another hour or so. So I'll catch up with you all later, and yeah, see how the rest of this trip goes. Alright everybody, I am back. So let's go over some stats. There they are. Alright, so for this leg, I don't have the mileage, but it's pretty much half, so about 120 something. Anyways, for this lake, it was 4.2 miles per kilowatt hour, which was not as good as when we went up. But like I said, most of this was uphill coming back, so it makes sense. For the whole trip, it was a total 254.6 miles traveled, an average of 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour, and a total time of 5:29. If I turn off the climate, actually had no effect. So I have 105 miles left in the tank if I wanted to go. And I'm at a 36% state of charge. So, great trip. If I had started the trip at 100%, I would not have needed to charge, but I started at 80. So that I got to charge on Electrify America just to have another experience and be able to kind of deliver that to you all. So great trip. Definitely a lot cheaper than if I had traveled in gas. And I'm going to have a chart, which is going to pop up right now, that shows you how much I saved compared to using our internal combustion engine, ICE vehicle. So great trip, small trip, but it was a road trip. I definitely have some big plans for a bigger road trip, hopefully end of this year or next year, but we'll see how that goes. So anyways, thanks for joining. Please like and subscribe below. It really helps out, helps me out, gets the video to more people so that they can get all this information. At the one Electrify America stop I was at, there was a couple guys there. I was talking to them, telling them a lot of things about EVs they didn't know about, and they were able to take something away from our conversation. So hopefully I can do the same with you all, and if you all could also tell other people about these videos, that would be great. So thanks for joining, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.